Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's been a minute. Not been streaming. Been living and dreaming and trading. So the markets, are we making the bottoms here? This is what I wanted to come do is I'm gonna try to be more consistent. I think I can be. Quick in and outers. So here's SPY on the this is the 1 hour, which on the oh, there's the market open. Let's see what we did. But there's the halfway back 61.8 support that I think, obviously is holding so far. And we've rotated down there. And again, when that happens, we also had to fake, a bear trap, what have you, a look below and fail where it tried to go lower, trapped him and went higher. And now we have this higher low. This was all Powell and FOMC, which was priced in. So we have a higher low here on the 1 hour. I'm looking for this to go higher. And we have these VPOCs up here. If we look at them on here, which virgin points of control mean the market will gravitate to these areas because they have not been tagged or priced yet in the market. So you can see when zoomed out of a 30-minute chart, this is regular trading. Well, this is SPY, so it's always regular trading hours until they change the shit at the exchanges. So you have the higher low here, and all these are profiles. So if you go in here, you see no business came back down here and traded. So this is probably where we're going to drop and then take all these weak-handed longs out right here on SPY and tag this area. So we should come back here and probably double bottom. And if that doesn't happen, then you want to short because this area needs to hold. 5,500 on SPX SPY, ES, and 550 on SPY need to hold. And everybody, let me go back to this chart. A lot of motherfuckers. Let me see if I can do it on SPX where there's no drawings. Yeah, so there's a lot of people, same shit. A lot of people are going to try to sell out, possibly here, but I think we're going to get up into this 5,900, 6,000 area, which again, move this down here. I use fibs in my trading and other things, but, so I think we'll get up to this area. And then, I don't know. Right now I switched from short to long. I've been short, took it in, went long, took a little heat because I got long before the bottom. But I averaged in. And now we have to see. But I think we're going to get up here because you got the 200-day. You got all these things lining up around this area between 5,700 and 6,000. So I think the market is going to pull one of these deals. I've been talking in the chat room. We're either going to come up here, install, and roll back down. Come up here, get up here, and go. So those are the two scenarios I'll be watching over the coming days, weeks, months, and expect a lot of fucking drama and volatility. Let's look at the VIX. So the VIX is still way above its, I think its mean is like 11 or 12. I can't remember. I thought I had it marked. But anyways, it doesn't trade too technical, but I just still chart it. So on the 1 hour, it sold off. So anytime the VIX pops, I go in short, small, because you get your ass handed to you. UVXY, because vol's mean reverting. So see how long, you could have shorted this and got your ass handed to you, but that's why you stay small. And if it goes against you, you just add to it, because there's like a 99.9% chance you're going to make money very quickly, because this asset, this class, whatever you want to call it, will revert to its mean. This is UVXY, which is the same thing as the VIX technically in my eyes. Will vert, but look what it does. If you can go out to the weekly, look it. So of course you want to short that. Anytime it rallies, short the shit out of it. But again, vol could fuck you because if you're not smart about it. But again, that's what separates retail from professionals. Not that I'm a professional, I'm a degenerate. So anyways, vol got spiked up, but there's a lot of things pointing to the market's going to pull. Keep rallying. A lot of things are oversold, and this moving average thing is something I've tracked. I learned it from another guy. When this moving average crosses, bad things happen. And this again is all. This could be SPX, SPY, ES, MES, whatever you trade. I trade them all. They're all the same shit. But this hasn't crossed yet. If this crosses, that's bad news. But I think we're going to get a short covering rally. Like all the main rallies that happen are during, bear markets. Like look at that day. Look at that day. These are massive up days. But when do they happen? When shorts are covering. Right there's another one. So big rallies happen all over short covering. So, long story short, I'm long SPY here. And if I update my shit, I'll update it because it'll help me stay accountable to myself and not let my emotions overtake me because emotions will run high. So, like under 555, 556, again, I'm out of my long bias here because I'm trying to pick the bottom, and sometimes it takes a couple shots, but again, once you're in, you gotta let it run. But anyways, this VPOC here could be tagged here. This VPOC here could be tagged in here and here. So these are spots where I would buy calls, or the one with the most open interest to be around those strikes. And then there's a nice one up here that you could buy longer dated, maybe 90-day calls plus is what I do. Because there's a lot of people that are long here that want to get out, just like they're going to happen here and here today. People were, long and now they want to get out. So people that were long here, this big dip happened, they're able to get out. Boom, say, fuck it, I'll worry about it later. Up here, you'll probably get some more because all this is just human behavior, fractals, whatever. So anyways, I was trying to keep this short. I'll try to cover the other markets quick. So anyways, the 1 hour, a lot of selling into the close, which again, I think is going to be near term because I think the buyers are going to still step in at these good prices with this little bit of momentum. And again, who cares about my opinion? We can look at some indicators, which this one is getting weaker from the really, really big freaking histograms. Look at that. If you look at historically, look at how big that histogram is. Way down here. How far it went relative to all these other ones. Look at that right there. That little dotted line. So, we could go back and back and back. We could find COVID, which is right here, which was way down. See? But look at the next biggest one since COVID was this time. And guess what happens? Every time this goes down far and turns red, from red to yellow, good things happen. And then the MACD's about to turn over, which everyone watches these, so it's kind of like probably a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let me look at some other indicators. This is an SQN. This guy, Christie, he's a great guy. He showed me this. It tells the regimes. I'm still just incorporating it in just to see if I can get an edge. This is the Wilders MA, which is kind of a good indicator. It hasn't turned blue, so it's not fully buy time. And this is just the standard RSI with the divergences, which, when price... This is why it was short. One of the reasons this crossed to red, and then you had these higher highs right here and these lower highs. And this makes it easy to just mark it for you, this indicator. So I knew to stay short and stay confident in my shorts and held them. But I did cover here. And started to go long, and that's why I took all the heat. And then I've just been averaging in, and now I'm staying long. But I may have to liquidate all of that if that's wrong. And I don't know if I'll flip short. Depends on the price action. Let me look at today's profile. So today, again, we've stayed bullish. Here's those VPOCs. But we may come back into value because all this was, of course, FOMC vol. These are just gamblers. I don't know who buys this or what. I don't know. It always moves during certain events. I don't know what the edge is because maybe you can be right. Maybe they have found one. But all the volume today traded at 564, so we closed at 567. So you can anticipate. I haven't looked at the futures. They just opened. If we're going to come back down here into this value area, we kind of closed right at the top of value area. So usually we'll see what happens, but those are tails. But anyways, I guess we'll just call this a SPY video. QQQ is the same shit. One's stronger than the other, one's not. Mags, just rotating sideways, not doing much. Semis are strong. Look at the strongest sector. For once, they're coming back since July of last year when they sharded to bed and never came back. But, this is the 1 hour making higher lows, but there's a VPOC here potentially that will come back down and revisit. So I think the market will probably do that, and then we'll keep going. While I'm on SMH, if SMH can't hold this low right here, bad news bears. And this is another guy I sometimes get ideas from, Tim Knight. He's been traded forever. But anyways, I guess we'll just call it there. But I'm going to try to incorporate just, bruising by these main asset classes and sectors. And a lot of these have options. Some of them are shitty. Some of them aren't. Some of them are very liquid. Good open interest. Good what have you. Others, you could trade. Shares, of course. And then all the apps have the fraction shares if you got a little tiny account. But anyways, I'm going to look to try to share. But you can see most of the Mag 7 Plus everything, the degenerate, meme names, whatever, all up today. Everything was up. And I'm long MSTU, the leveraged one, but I've been adding to that, and a lot of long Bitcoin, long a lot of stuff. Long bonds, long the dollar now near term was shorted. I'm probably going to buy wheat and sugar in commodities. Oil, I don't know. It's setting up for a big move. As you can see, I got a sell signal, but I didn't take it because it's just oil's dramatic. Gold, I'm short. I'm long it as well I've been long it all year with the miners and gold and silver, but I started to short it. I shorted this move and then I've just held it. Again, my size when I short is small because I expect it to be wrong. I'm never gonna. If I time it, great, perfect. I anticipate it, or use options, which would be puts. I don't ever sell premium these days. I don't care if I overpay. If the move comes, it comes. I press into it. I don't give a shit about the Greeks. So anyways, this is way up though. If you see this fib, gold is while I'm shorted. Very rare does a market trade from this, fib area to up to this target. Usually you hit this one and get some sort of mean reversion pullback, and then you go up. But China and all these other motherfuckers, I don't know. I'm a degenerate, so I try to get macro and understand it more, connect the dots to my charting, but I'm just a chartist, TA guy. So the macro and the fundamentals and all that other jazz. News, I don't have any social media. I don't care. If this happens, this happens. I enter if I'm wrong. Okay, if not, I'm right. Keep riding it, basically. So anyways, yeah, those are the markets. At least the few I covered, but we'll come back to them again because I track all these, some more than others, depending on what I'm trading. I hawk it. But yeah, MSTR up. But again, I don't know how far. We'll see if Bitcoin keeps going up. This will. This guy's a ballsy mofo. Super microcomputer made a killing on some calls on here that I bought when they had that scare back in here. I bought $100 calls for like 13 cents, and I sold them. So all back in here, I bought them around 13 cents. I bought like maybe, what was it, 10 or 11? Again, nothing huge.
NQ 5-minute cross.
They could have been going down with their accounting BS. And I bought these 100 strike calls up here for 13, maybe for June or July, back in October. That's a Jim Leitner idea. And then I freaking just sat on them. Patience. You got to be patient in this game, which comes with experience. Again, here's another guy I follow, Tim Knight. He's short some put, so I'm just keeping tabs on what others do versus my ideas. But anyways, I sold those out for like $2.30, and then one of them I sold for $3.20. So in between, I took 15 cents. Whatever I said, it was $15, $8, whatever it was, the average. It was really tiny. It was under 20 for sure. I could pull it up. I don't really care. And I sold them all for like $220, $250, $320. So amazing return on those. So I'm looking to do those now once the volatility settles. I don't have my toss up to see vol, but vol is still, well, I guess we could use the VIX, but as a proxy. But again, this isn't all stock vol. Not all stocks. Well, you could look at the implied vol. Not all of them have an index. But as this melts lower, this is where I'm going to start buying some deep out of the money calls like I did on MSTR. So like Palantir, for example, I'll go buy the freaking 180, 200 calls 6 months out to a year and just sit on them. NVDA, same shit. All the Mag 7s, Tesla, same thing. Tesla's at a big trend line support. like big. I mean, from the 2021. So when you have a line like this with all these, I think it's 3 or more trend lines connect, that it's valid, but it is what it is. But again, nothing's perfect, so it's just hovering around here. But again, a lot of things are below all their key moving averages or whatever, the ones that people follow that I follow. Some of them are good for signals. Or just letting you know where, again, targets, I guess you could say. But Tesla looks good, even though they're shaming him for whatever reason. Who cares? Don't judge, right? But then we judge. I don't get it. So anyways, once it gets out of here and pulls, if it pulls up here, pulls back and goes, that's when I'm going to be buying some. I'll maybe buy some 250 calls or 260, and then definitely up here where this is where the most volume's traded on Tesla in the past 6 months. Oh, actually it shifts. Let me go see. Hold on. Let's just put it in this view for near-term target. Since February. So, I mean, again, going to buy some 360 calls, especially something like this, a high beta name. I don't know what this is to SPY, but it's probably like a 2 or a 1.8, something 1.5 beta. I don't know. I could check and toss, but again, I'll look. But anyways, all right, guys. Good luck trading out there. Again, I'll try to be consistent. Cheers.